you just acknowledge you. Okay. Miss Olipa, please, can you unmute and tell us where you are from?
Greetings, Emanuela. Thank you very much for having me. And greetings, Veronica, and everyone on the call. I'm Olipa Longo from Zambia. Our Center of Excellence is called the University of Zambia, or UNZA, and I'm under the School of Agricultural Sciences.
Thank you very much, Miss Olipa. And we are glad to have you guys on board. Yes, I have Abna Jan. Please unmute yourself and then please speak.
Thank you very much, Ms. Ella. My name is Abinati Tuejan, and I'm part of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology Center of Excellence, which is located in Ghana. And I'm part of the Youth Advisory Panel for Climate Matter Costa Youth. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We are glad to have you on board. Now I have one Charles. Please unmute and speak. Tell us your name and your sector of excellence.
Yes, thanks so much. I'm called Onen Charles. I'm from the Republic of South Sudan under the University of Juba Center of Excellence. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. And then we have Sagari. Please, I'm sorry if I don't get your name. Please give me the right pronunciation. Please, you can unmute and talk, please.
It's Sagar AF. Good afternoon from my end, the Gambia. I am Sagar AF Jallo. I am a lecturer at the School of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, University of the Gambia, and the acting head of department of agriculture, and also the overseer of the soil science program. So I am happy to join you, though we don't have Center of Excellence for Soil Science, but I was informed that about the club, the possibility of establishing the Soil Science Club at the University of the Gambia. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you all for being here, both representatives and facilitators of our Centers of Excellence. So right now on my list is that we will have the purpose of gathering and the Inception presentation by my co-chair, Ms. Veronica Davis.
Before that, there's South Africa. There's South Africa as well, please. GCSAYN South Africa. I think the hand was up.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry about that. Yes, please unmute yourself and then please introduce yourself. My bad, please. Thank you.
Greetings. My name is Dakarani Marisha, a master's student from the University of Pretoria. My master's is in agricultural extension, and I am from GCSAYN South Africa. And yes, thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, I apologize for that. Okay, so we are now back on track. Please, we have our purpose of gathering, and which is infused in our Inception presentation today, which is by my co-chair, Ms. Veronica, who will introduce herself and go ahead with the presentation.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. I want to say thank you to colleagues for joining this important meeting. Thank you to our ED, especially thank you to guests for joining us on this Inception meeting. I'll go straight to the presentation we have before us. I will be doing that with my colleague Emanuela. As she rightly said, I'm Veronica Edeki. I'm the co-chair of Soil Science Club program under the GCSAYN network. A brief of myself: microbiologist, I'm a researcher, a lecturer at the University of Jos. I'm an educationist. I also operate a school, one of the Center of Excellence under Network, City of Mercy Christian Academy, and I mentor young people. And this is my profile here, but I would like to say my area of expertise are soil microbiology, infectious disease epidemiology, public health research, laboratory diagnostics and techniques, teaching and curriculum development, research, mentoring, and capacity building. And this is the profile of Manuela, which we'll run through when it's her time. Manuela is she's a crop scientist, she's a researcher, educator, and mentor to younger people. So when it gets to her time, she'll throw more light on her profile. Thank you for that. The essence why we're here is clear. Well, we launched the Soil Science Club program, GCSAYN network, and we've reached the point of taking it implementing, starting it up. And for today, that's why we're here. And someone might ask, why Soil Science Club? We have a lot of different clubs in schools, in centers of excellence. One of the things we want to say, which most of us know already, we know that food security depends on soil. 95% of the world's food is produced via soil. Apart from the production of food, soil has great impact on sustainable agriculture. Most of the food that is produced, the nutrient plants need for their growth is gotten from soil. So soil sustains agriculture. Apart from that, our well-being as individuals depend on soil. Most people's livelihood depends, resilience depends on soil. Our health also will depend on soil for a lot of health benefits. Coming to water, another role soil plays is clean water. Water is, for us to get clean water, soil plays an important role. It filters the water, it stores the water, and apart from that, it supplies clean water. Water, whatever movement channel water passes, it most times passes through soil. Soil is involved. Another beautiful thing soil does is climate regulation. Soil has been reported to store more carbon than the atmosphere and the vegetation combined. It's a good source of carbon. It regulates the climate. And one of the benefits of soil are too much. You can't say all, but I would like to end with the biodiversity. Soil supports billions of organisms, and these organisms sustain ecosystem balance. A lot of ecosystems depend on this organism for balance, and we need that for the balance of the earth. So that's what what we believe and we know about soil, which we want to pass down to the learners at the Center of Excellence, and that's why this Soil Science Club program is being instituted. The idea of the Soil Science Club program became clearer to the ED after we attended the annual British Society of 2025. A lot of talk on soil, but awareness of soil science among young people remains limited. And we're hoping that this Soil Science Club program will address and bridge this gap. For the Soil Science Club, this is the framework of how it will be operating, how it will operate. If you look at the top, you see the collaborating partners. The first person, the first institution we see there is the British Society of Soil Science. They are the patron of this soil science program. We have FARA, they're also a patron. They were, in fact, both of these bodies were at the launch, and they contributed and pledged their support to this soil science club program. We have other continental bodies that are also going to be collaborating with us for this program. One of the most important collaborating partners we have is the Center of Excellence. They determine whether the program truly exists or not. The program will be domiciled at centers of excellence, which comprises of universities, the TVETs, primary and secondary schools. And at these institutions, at these centers of excellence, we're going to have two arms of leadership: the coordinating teacher or instructor, or the researcher or the trainer, depending on the nomenclature used at the centers. Then we're going to have the learners leaders also, the student representatives, which will serve as club leaders. They will also serve as peer champions. And these two arms of leadership will ensure the soil science activities are carried out. Will also ensure that reporting framework is upheld. Now, what are some of the program activities we'll be doing at the Soil Science Club? During the development of the concept notes, it was some key activities with where specifics were outlined, and these are some of them. The first is, in a year, we should conduct a minimum of 8 soil science learning sessions per school or per center. These sessions should be interactive lessons, discussions, and activities that build knowledge and curiosity about soils. Another thing we will be doing every year is we'll be organizing at least 3 practical demonstration or field activities for each center each year. And one of the good things about this is that the British Society of Soil Science, they are supporting us maximally with what all that we will need, virtually all that we need for the practical sessions. So this will give the learners hand-on experiment, make them participate in hand-on experiments, field experiences that will make learning exciting and memorable, not just while in lecture or while talking. They will be able to have hands-on experiences at the club. Another thing we'll be doing is we'll implement one soil conservation or improvement initiative per school annually. This is going to be a big project. Each center, I'm happy the facilitators are here, and that's the essence of this, so that we'll come to terms with what we'll be doing. Each center is expected to have a major project like composting, mulching, tree planting, or erosion control to protect and improve our soils. There will be one major project per year. And imagine we do one per year, a major project in the school. Apart from the major project, there'll be other smaller projects that will be done every once in 3 months, quarterly. But this is going to be another a major project that we'll be doing. It's believe in taking it at starting at the pilot scale, which is ideal. So 3 centers of excellence have been penned, they've been picked or selected, and these centers of excellence are the pilot centers. We have the University of the Gambia, Rift Valley National Polytechnic, Kenya, City of Mercy Christian Academy in Nigeria. The first is a university, the next is a TVET, and the third is a primary secondary school. And we hope that with this, we'll be able to build knowledge. The children will understand what soil is. They will learn by doing and exploring hands-on, which will give them practical skills. Because of the projects that we're doing, our soils will be protected, the soils around the school, and this will also give the children a dashboard to learn to protect our land. Then another thing that we know that the activities will give or benefit the learners is they will learn to work together. It will develop team spirits, which will have greater impact. And at the end, we're going to have healthy soils, healthy planets, and a better tomorrow. Now, on this, I'm going to pause. If you notice, all these 3 centers of excellence, pilot centers of excellence, some of the people here, most of the people here are facilitators or the students. And one of the things we're going to do again at this meeting is to bring us to tap with what is to be done monthly. We understand that what causes most projects or clubs to fail at school levels or centers of excellence is the planning timing. It takes a lot of time to plan an activity, and before you know, the teacher is overwhelmed or the learner is overwhelmed with what is his core or primary assignments, and the club activity suffers. And we don't want that to be the case of the Soil Science Club program. And that's why a lot of effort has been put in to do most of the planning, so that with the speed of light, each activity can be carried out easily. So to run through the activities in detail, I will hand over to my dear colleague, Emanuela, to take us through the monthly activity plan of the Soil Science Club program. Once again, thank you for having me.
Thank you, Veronica. Thank you. Yes, I will continue from where Veronica stopped. So for the monthly activities, we've put together some materials to help facilitators and learners, just as Veronica said. And one of our objective is just for the students to learn, explore, have fun, and experiment. And with the core mandate of being good stewards of our environment, that is including our soil. So let's go to the first month. In the first month, we will be introducing them to the Soil Science Club. We will tell them what the Soil Science Club is about, what they stand for, and all that. And also after that we would introduce them. We will also tell them what the soil is. So what the soil is, we have materials from the British Soil Science Society of Soil Science, and that material, we have one called a poster known as the Life in Earth, which will be sharing all the materials. And also there is a book, a book titled a story, I want to plant a crop. That is what we'll be using for the first month. And also, we introduced something very innovative, and myself, I'm so excited about it. That is called the monthly nugget. Monthly nugget. So it's called the monthly soil nugget. So with that, we'll be picking that nugget from the fact sheet from the British Society of Soil Science. And then in our second month, we would we would there will be a practical session to make the learners further learn on what they did, or what they learned in the first month. So now they've learned the soil. Now let's see. So for the learners, we've tried to make it learners friendly, such that the university and the technical people will learn about the soil through soil sampling. So they will learn to sample the various type of soil and all that. So that will be through a practical session. And our elementary and primary school students, they will learn the jam jar experiment, which will be providing materials from. And materials will be from the British Society jam jar experiment, which we will share, like I said, we'll share those materials. And for the technical and then the high school as well as the tertiary, we also have our mother organization, that is the Global Climate Smart Agriculture Youth Network. We have our own manual for soil science, so we will share that with the tertiary and high school. In the third month, we would introduce the fan club, and that is like a feedback, or to tell us that to implement what they have learned from the first month to the second month in a fun way as projects. So for that, we also come up with something called, some of the resources known as the dirty matter game board. And also there will be other projects like composting and other things. All those things are form of projects. So that one, we will speak to the facilitators of the Centers of Excellence. So that is the Soils Fun Club. And we will come back to month 4. Month 4, we are looking at how the soil is formed. So we're looking at the soil texture, soil color, soil particles, and all that, as well as the monthly soil nuggets, which I have a whole presentation on the monthly nugget, how it goes. And they would be the students will be engaged through group discussion, so that in the smallest group, so that everybody can partake in that. And the materials I've already mentioned that, so I won't go much into details. And on the fifth month, we also let them try an experiment, like just like that what they did for month 2. So that experiment, they'll look at how they can determine soil texture by their sensories. So how you feel them, how you smell them, and all that. So that is going to be a practical session. And month 6, which is the Soil Science Fun Day. And like I mentioned previously, there's going to be a project where they can implement what they've learned in the 2 months in the form of game playing. So the next slide. Next slide. Month. Yes. So with the month 7, so this is our monthly to the 12 months. So we will, on that 7th month, we propose that the soil, we will learn about the soil profile and the monthly nuggets. And then the monthly nugget will also be provided. And this monthly nugget too, I will mention, is not only for the Soil Science Club members, but it's also for them to also tell others about the Soil Science Club. So we will go much into detail. So this one, they also follows the first format as month one, like they will be in the form of group discussion and all that. Now to our resources. So now to our resources. So we have the jam jar experiment I mentioned. This is an example of the resources provided by, please, the previous slide. The previous slide, yeah. This is the okay. So please, the next slide. Yes. So the jam jar experiment, no. The jam jar experiment, is the steps and how it's done is provided by the British Society in this nice poster that you see here. And then also there is also the fun game I mentioned about. There is Dirty Matters, the fun game board. So this is a fun game board that they can play, as I mentioned in Mount 3. So Mount 3, the third month, this is what some of the games they'll be playing. And to the soil nuggets we talked about, we are going to play a short video and I will explain shortly about the soil nuggets. Please, we can't see the screen. We can't see the screen. Yes, please start.
Hello, everyone. My name is Emanuela. I am 8 years old. Today, I will be bringing you your soil nuggets. Did you know that the soil is amazing? The soil can grow 50 to 60 grains of wheat from every grain sown. Isn't that incredible? That one tiny seed can become many more seeds, all because of healthy soil. I will tell Daddy, I will tell Mommy, and I will tell my friends too. What about you? Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.
So whilst Veronica is getting the second ready, so this will be for our primary school. We are trying to make this friendly for them. So that is how it's going to be with the soil nuggets. And now let's go to our tertiary and then high schoolers, what they are going to do. So Veronica, you can share that, please. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. At the University of Georgia and a proud member of the Soil Science Club. Today, I will be feeding you all on soil nuggets. Let's get started. Did you know that all soils are not the same? Soil orders are the highest level of soil classification according to USDA's soil taxonomy. Scientists classify soil into 12 different orders based on 1, how they are formed, 2, their physical properties, 3, chemical properties, 4, the environment where they developed. And today on our soil nuggets, the first order we would learn about is multisol. Multisol. It is spelled MOTISOL. Multisol. Don't get scared. It simply means the soil is rich, dark, and highly fertile. And this is the soil ideal for all crops. Look around you and identify any soil that could be multi-soil. Remember this, that we need more of multi-soil for healthy crops and food. Thank you for being with me today. See you next time. Bye.
Okay. Thank you, Manuela. Thank you. Let's go back to sharing of the slides. Thank you for listening. This is the much we have for today. We want to say thank you for listening. So, Emanuela, do wrap up while I try to
Yes,
share.
please. Okay, so this idea of the soil nuggets came from chicken nuggets we enjoy. As you're enjoying the chicken nuggets, remember that the soil also needs to be told. So this is a fun way of us telling and educating and creating environmental awareness, especially with our soil. So this is what we will be introducing in some months. And we will be having videos of some centers of excellence where children can share such fun thing. So I cannot wait for this. And someone will ask, when are we starting? The Inception program just starts now. July is our first month. So we'll right after this meeting, we'll be reaching out to the pilot centers of excellence, and then we would reach out to you and we will start introducing the children to the soil science club program, as well as our first objective for the month, that is what the soil is. So look forward for that from us. And last but not the least, Veronica, is the last slide ready? Yeah. So so while she's looking for that, I know the slide off head, so let me just speak from that. So my last appeal is that our dear partners from any region, anytime you visit any center of excellence within a region, we plead with you to just go there and encourage the student. For example, if I happen to be in Nigeria, I will visit the City of Mercy Christian Academy, which happen to be our center of excellence. That they can also learn that, and the children will feel motivated. Sorry, the learners will feel motivated and inspired. So we plead that anytime you are within a center of excellence within your region, just go and support. That is how you can also help us. And through that, we establish that strategic partnership. Thank you for listening. And I will end here. If you have any question, you can ask, please. Thank you. I can see Edie's hand up. Please.
Yeah, first of all, congratulations indeed. I want to recognize the presence of Yahya. Yahya is one of our mentors for GCSAYN. He worked for FAO for a long time. And I was privileged to visit Abuja, where they hosted me, where we're incepting, implementing, or like rolling out GCSAYN in Nigeria. So Yahya is on this call. That's number one. But before he speaks, I first of all want to give good news. The good news is, of course, as I've always said, social capital is key. I introduced Manuela and Vera to the University of Clemson here in the United States, and the director in charge of the lab. She just confirmed to me that they're going to partner with this project full time, and that she apologizes that she could not attend because she has an overlapping meeting. So she's the director of analytical laboratories for regulatory services at Clemson University, South Carolina, here in the United States. She just confirmed today in our email. And I saw my sister from South Carolina here, Reverend Enika. I don't know if she has left, but she was here. So they are equally doing a lot of work on soil science. So that's the first partnership we have already gotten just now before even concluding the meeting. I just thought I should announce this. So let me give the floor to our mentor, Dr. Yahaya Husseini from Nigeria, who is equally traveling. He will be flying from Nigeria to the forum in Nairobi, just to show you how our mentors have been behind us and strongly supporting what we're doing. So, Dr. Yahya, please, this is just to set the context as you just came in. CSAYN over the years, we were talking about production. Of course, that's your work with FAO over the years, over 30 years plus. And I remember when I met you in Abuja in 2018, where the resident representative brought all of you together. Let's have a meeting on how to support CSAY in Nigeria. You were at the front line. And you told me one thing, I can't forget that. I still have the pictures. You told me you are doing a good job. Divine, never give up. We are so proud of you. So this is just a fruit, one of the fruits of what you actually spearheaded many years ago. So the soil science, CSAYN Soil Science Club program, we came to understand highlighting issues about production without thinking of where it comes from. So you cannot hate the fruits. You cannot hate the tree and like the fruits, which means what? And all the food systems, all we're talking about are the fruits. So that's why we say, let's go right down to the grassroots and start taking it from there. And my two sisters here are the one leading this program at the global level. And I would just want to say thank you very much, Manuela and Veronica, for putting this, ample time to get this information out. Let me give the floor to Yaya right now. He will give his experience as well. Maybe the reason why, Yaya, I want to ask you, why are you thinking I have to pay your flight to go for the forum in Kenya? Why?
Thank you, Divine. I appreciate you for bringing me into this meeting, even though I came a little bit late. But let me appreciate you for the good job you are always doing. Again, let me congratulate Ella and Veronica for the wonderful thing they are doing in the area of the soil. And I think it's what we want to keep promoting. We need to develop our youth, particularly as related to agriculture, because nobody can do without food security. So whatever we do that will promote food security globally, it's something that I will always support. And I want to thank you for giving me an opportunity to at least share a little bit of my own experience with you. Thank you. And again, like I said, my role is to ensure that we promote food security globally. And up to now, I still have the little time I have to spend. It's all about promoting food security and encouraging the youth to take up this challenge of producing food. Of course, in most of our area here now, it's mostly the elderly that are no option but to go into. But we want to encourage the youth to also go into agriculture so that together we can boost food security globally. So I want to thank you, and please keep up the good work, and whatever area you think I can be of use, I will be available to participate at any point in time. I would love to be part of your program in Kenya because I'd love to see you talking and see how they can imbibe this culture of taking agriculture as something that is part of their life.
Yeah, I think this network is, of course, that's just one out of many that are flying from various countries. FAO headquarters is flying to Kenya as well. I think my friend from South Carolina is going to be joining very soon. I think she's been trying to join. Let her equally echo their support for this program. Let me give you back the floor. Let me give back the floor, Vela and Veronica.
Hey, Mr. Divine, are you here?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead. Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is
Enoch is here. Enoch is here. Enoch is here. Enoch is here. I was looking for you. I said, I even sent you an email. I said, where is my sister? Go ahead, please. Enoch, please tell them a little bit about the work we planning to do here in the United States, South Carolina, and of course, the work you've been doing in the schools. This is a good opportunity for us to collaborate strongly, as we earlier mentioned. Over to you, Dr. Enoch.
So yes, good morning everyone. My name is Reverend Dr. Ernico Brown. I am in South Carolina. So I started a nonprofit about 7 years ago called Ours, Organized Uplifting Resources and Strategies. This organization holds near and dear to me because it's environmental justice in rural communities. And so in building out this work, I am from a very rural area that has a food desert and A lot of the individuals in the community are older individuals, and so I purchased a historically segregated school to be the headquarters for my organization. And so it's a first through eighth grade school in the community. Most of the community members have been to it. It's a school in 7.5 acres. And so what we are currently working on is an environmental assessment to um, make sure that the soil and the area around the school is malleable for creating a 3.5 acre farm in the community for the community. But not only that, we want to do a training site, so like a center of innovation and excellence where people have the opportunity to learn. Since purchasing the school, because the school needs a lot of work, we've been working probably about 1.5 miles up the road at the local community center. And so all of our programmatic work there is we have a community garden there. We teach gardening to children and adults. We do fishing. We also have a community pantry. And we currently work with some individuals from NASA, some individuals from South Carolina State University. Dr. Shannon is one of the people that we also work with currently, and we are so elated to be working with Mr. Devine. I hope that we are able to work with you all because what we want to do is very much aligned with what you all are doing and having the youth creating a training ground in agriculture to have to keep agriculture moving forward. In South Carolina, we do about 51, I think. No, I'm not going to give that statistic. Only 11% of our food is grown in South Carolina. Um, but South Carolina is an agriculture state. We have a lot of farmland here. And so I specifically would like to dedicate the 3.5 of the 7.5 acres that we have at the school as a training site, growing food and supporting agriculture. So I'm definitely glad that I hopped on this call this morning. Ecstatic about meeting all of you and looking forward to the future partnerships with everyone. So thank you for having me. I actually had to jump out of a meeting to jump on here, but I definitely appreciate all of you. Mr. Devine has my contact information. If there's anything that I can do for you all, please let me know. And I'm very excited once again to be working with you all. Thank you.
Very much indeed for joining. I know how busy you are, and we really don't take this for granted. You can be rest assured that I will pick up on a call with you maybe today or before the end of the week to tell you more about some of our plans for the next second half of the year. Thank you very much indeed for being here.
All right. Thank you all. Y'all take care.
Take care. You too. Yeah. So testimony time. That's testimony, man. So,
Okay.
Veronica, I'm giving you back the floor. For me, I think we have achieved what we wanted, and this is just the way to go. I just want to take 1 second to share the screen for you to see what.
Mr. Devine,
Yes.
we left one important aspect, that is the expectation based on the presentation, what the
Go
the
ahead.
centers of
Go ahead.
excellence, what they think of before you come in quickly. Thank
Go
you.
ahead, please.
So centers of excellence, this is our Inception presentation we've made to you. Give us your expectation, what you think. Based on that, we can also improve and get better and all that. So we've presented our Inception notes. So right now, if you have anything, please raise your hand and then I will give you the floor to speak. Set the centers of excellence. Yes, Mr. Peter Oriti. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you, very good. I'm very happy about what you are trying to do about social science with young learners. I just want to know, I did hear a lot about the soil and how you introduce the soil to young learners, the structure and all that. I didn't hear, I didn't hear much about the other soil environment, and that means the relationship between the soil and carbon as a carbon sink, or the relationship between soil and water, particularly in the soil aquifer, the role they played in cation exchange and all that, because the soil in itself come into use only when it's relating to a particular plant or a particular crop. Each soil manifests itself differently or is tailored. So that's something I would like to hear. Or if the class is still too junior, probably this is not age-appropriate information for the young learners. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll let Ms. Veronica Ediki answer the question, please.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Peter. Thank you, sir. I'm glad because you are part of the soil club. Everything from the beginning, foundational stage, you were there. But as we presented, the soil science is broad, is wide. It takes some people 4 or 5 years to study it at the university, despite going every day. So at this, the scheme we have, it involves what you're saying, just that at the takeoff, for this 1 year, and being that is a school, they have other academic work they do. So for this first year, this is just what we will be taking them on. It's not because they are too young. Whatever the concept can be tailored down to their age. So it will be done, but not at this year, the first year rather. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. I would say additionally, we start with the basic. We want to make it friendly for people who are not even from the soil background. So if you are not from the soil, you join the soil, we want you to belong. So that's why we are starting from the basic, and gradually we will get there. We have all these planned out for years to come. We have 5 years planned. So the first year is just to make it as friendly and fun and also educative as it can be, in addition to what Ms. Veronica said. Yes. Please, any more questions from the Centers of Excellence? This is about you. Tell us how then we can, the loopholes and other things we can improve upon this. Yes, Mr. Divine, our
Yeah,
AD.
it's not a question, but it's a comment.
Okay.
Some people are shy to ask questions in the crowd. You should understand that. So we're gonna use emails for communication. But basically, the slide I've shared here is an important slide that colleagues have actually developed. This slides includes everybody from the primary right up to the tertiary level. I was having a discussion here yesterday with FAO on agroinformatics, FAO headquarters, and one of the things I told them was the only challenge the development world has had over the years is that they didn't include children below 18 years, because within the UN framework, when you look at the child protection framework, it's stated that when you are under 18 years old, they can engage you in an activity because that's child labor. So just as a reflection, I worked for ILO many years ago, 2012, as a consultant, and my job, I was in charge of child labor program. And one of the things where we were actually restricting children below 18 years to get into some activities because of child trafficking or what UNICEF too, one of some of those policies. But I'm telling you, setting up the CSAYN framework, CSAYN network was to bridge that gap, because if your primary education is temperate, you are done. There's nothing you're going to do when you get to university. either become a drug abuser because you didn't have a sustainable and a comprehensive basic education. The word basic is very important. Basic, all capital. And that's why colleagues here have decided to move right to get the young people dirty their hands with the soil, looking at the soil texture, soil horizon. And unfortunately, that's what I'm doing here. So the idea is still on my head. So I just want to say thank you very much for your question, Peter. And I'm happy that you are part of the work. I'm happy you are part of the work. So you're going to make sure that the implementation framework includes, or the logical framework includes those missing links. That's why we brought you on board as an expert, as an agri engineer and all of that. You see, so everybody here has a role to play. I see Caroline here. Caroline is going to come with the STEM. How does she use technology to ensure the soil, remote sensing, all of that? Yesterday, I spoke with Sadip. He was talking about how NASA is going to be supporting what people are doing right now. And this is going to be included within the research and scientific committee. So there's a lot to be done. What they are doing here is a starting point. And starting point is not meeting. They are actually saying centers of excellence go, you have the leadership, you have the mandate to carry out the activity. So that's what the two global co-chairs are actually saying here, that no Zoom meetings, no. Go and dirty your hands in the soil. That's just what I wanted to echo. And when you look at all the nexus from the various partners, institutions, everybody is involved. So it's not a new thing they are doing. They are just making sure that the basic knowledge is actually implemented at the local level, community level. Thank you very much indeed. I just thought I should share this to second what colleagues are talking here.
Thank you very much, our able ED. Now I saw Miss, what's her name? I saw a hand up. Miss Olipa, please, I saw your hand up. Do you have anything to say? Yes, please, go ahead.
Yes. No, thank you very much. I'm just very excited. I must just commend you, ladies. This what you've done is very incredible work, and I like the narrowing down, like to the levels, the different levels, from the tertiary, the everybody going down. This is very important, and I think I am really excited. I am lost for words right now. Just congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Doctor, I would also like to hear from one of our co-facilitator, Dr. I'm trying to get his name, Dr. Saga A.F. Jallo. Yes, please.
Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir. Please
Good.
go
Thank you
ahead.
very much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it and then very glad to join you. And here also, I saw my students. Two of my students are also in the house, which is very good. Since this is just a starting point, and then as we go along, we will learn more. And we also want to know the implementation is very important because this is the first time we have in Soil Science Club at the University of the Gambia. We also want to know the implementation programs, the way forward, the starting and all those stuff to put so that the student can be on board. And it's really important. And also, if you could kindly share the PowerPoint presentation, is also important. Yes.
Yes, please.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Jallo. And then Dr. Collins in the Chaba. Please forgive me from Dr. Collins. Please, would like to hear your thoughts.
Hello, can you all hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay, so it's highly impressive what you are doing so far, and the scheme of what is intended. I listened very well to the breakdown of what is intended for, in the course of the program, and it's quite detailed. And I'm very sure that the students will really learn a lot from it, and it will spur a lot of engagement as well. But I'll just ask a quick question. With a very good plan set up this way, is there a form of I would expect that somehow we could come up with something like that would, like, how do I put it now, the expected challenges, because of course, yes, what you've reeled out is very good, but it's possible there could be challenges we could meet along the way. So what are the expected challenges and possible ways to mitigate them, as we get to those challenges? And then also, is there a breakdown of monitoring and evaluation to be sure that laid down objectives are ticked, as we move on? Is there that mechanism also that is put in place so that you'll be sure that objectives are properly fine-tuned with outcomes and you're actually meeting the objectives? So those are the things I just thought of, and I wanted to be given the opportunity to speak, and I'm glad for that. That's the thought I have. But apart from that, very good work, very good job, excellent initiative, and I can't wait to see what outcome will come out of this. Well done.
Okay, Veronica will talk, and myself and our AD. So Veronica starts, then our ED will add to it.
Okay, thank you, my senior colleague, Dr. Collins, for your comments and your questions. I will start by saying on challenges, challenges are dynamic. You could start the program and you think this is the only challenge you meet. Along the line, you meet others. So we are ready. That's why there's a strong support. The support system is there's a support system. We are the support system of the centers, of the facilitators and the students. At any point there is a challenge, they get back to us and we try to give them the support they need. Challenges will definitely come. One of the challenges we know we'll have is the challenge of planning, so taking care of that. But whatever challenge pops up, we'll be at the back to give support, and the network is large, is big enough to accommodate whatever challenge that will come up. One other challenge you might have is people leaving. It's an institution. You could leave your institution today. Mostly the schools and all that, and that's why if you notice, each center has two staff facilitators, and then we have the student facilitators too. So in the event one staff maybe gets something else and leaves, the second is like a backup. And if both of them decide to leave, the students are there. The student leadership can sustain till another facilitator is brought on board. Then on the issue of checking the outcome, if you see what Manuela did, they not get the videos. It's like telling the centers that your reporting is not paper. It's not just writing. We had a program, we did this. The reporting, there's a template that will be shared with the centers, and the template has to be followed in your reporting. The reporting will be monthly, not just reporting with evidence. There are things that, let me give an instance, we would like to see pictures. If you had something, we'd like to see videos and all that. So the template will be shared, and that's the only way we can track, because we can't be at each of the centers. But once the report gets to the secretariat will be able to ask questions for clarification, and that way we have an idea of what's happening at the center with respect to this. Thank you, sir, for your comments and encouragement on it.
Thank you. Thank you, Miss Veronica. Our ED's hand was up, so I will let him talk.
Yeah,
Miss
of
Veronica
course.
said
Yeah.
points.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I will just share a little bit what we have done over the years with CSAYN, especially when it comes to reporting mechanisms. The success stories cannot be created. They're actually things that have been done, which means that that's going to be one of the deliverables when it comes to reporting, one of the indicators when it comes to reporting. We're going to make sure, as colleagues mentioned, they have a target between now and the next 12 months. And we all know how important the year 2026 is. We just received an email about the next Secretary General. The elections is going to be next month, in a few weeks from now. So they're already inviting member states to share their views and contribute to that process, which means that before tomorrow, before August, everything is standstill. Everything is standstill because the new chief is coming, new strategies are coming, and CSA1 is going to align to that, and that's why the reporting system is going to equally be attributed and making sure that we contribute to the new visions of the UN 80 initiative. So really, Collins, it's just to tell you that it's a very good point you have mentioned, and I'm happy again that you're part of CSAYN. You're not a stranger. So which means that your ideas are highly welcome, and the University of Jos is equally one of the centers of excellence, and we are hoping that you're going to be leading this process within your institution. I'm glad that everybody on this call represents a center of excellence. Yeah, so really thank you very much. And Veronica is there. We'll be happy to make sure that the University of Jos is equally included in the entire in the implementation plan. But as I said, the door is open for everyone to join. Just chip in your ideas and make sure we carry out this initiative and fast track. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Edie. I saw one Dr. Fan Ken, but I'm not seeing him anymore. And I saw Miriam. Miriam's hand was up. Please kindly share, then we will be wrapping up.
Okay, thank you very much. Greetings, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're listening from. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, dear colleague Veronica and Manuela. Happy to see your face, Manuela, today. I just want to say I'm sorry I came in late. I was a bit engaged somewhere. Sorry about that. So I didn't really get the PowerPoint presentation fully, but I would love to plead with you people if it's possible for you to share maybe that through email. Sorry, I'm Dr. Miriam from Cameroon Center of Excellence, Mevik Academic Complex. So in our institution, we have learners from as young as 3 years, pre-nursery up to high school, let's say 19, 20, 18, 19 years. So, and the soil science club is something that is pretty new to us. I know we're going to have some challenges with that, but from my end, we're going to try as much as possible to see how we can implement that or how we can introduce that. So I'll also, since Veronica said something like, I think she said she's going to share templates so that we can work with that monthly, that will really help us actually to be able to do our work, to work with the learners. I'll appreciate that as well. And but I would love to plead with us because she said something like within the next 12 months, and I think we're starting this month of July. And but unfortunately for us, our institution is completely closed. We are on vacation or holidays, and we'll be back only in the month of September. That means there is nothing we can do till when the students come back in the month of September. So, but I'll appreciate if I can get those scheme of work so that I can start preparing and planning on what we can do to start off work immediately the children come back to school in September. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Veronica. Do you want to say something or I should go ahead? Yeah, I think we were both aware that there will be vacation for most of the students. So we made provision for that. So that's why we'll be working hand in hand with the facilitators. So you are our colleagues that we will be working hand in hand with. So what I think is that we know that your Center of Excellence will be opening in September, and we are also aware that some people are still in school and all that. We've made that provision. That's why right after this meeting, we will send an email to those that are still in school and those that are not in school to let you have all the materials that you need in preparation for those when the children or the learners come. Yeah, thank you. Veronica, do you have anything to add?
I will. Okay, let me say something. Dr. Miriam, good to have you here. On the issue of the months, the difference in months, just as Ella said, my month could be July, month 1, and I'll be doing the activity for month 1. In another center, their own month 1 could start in September, and another center, January. the July is not as if it's casted for everybody. Your month one is when you start your session. So, and your report will be for your own month one. If when you start your month one and month three, my report captures that this is my month three. What we want is like a flow. You heard what Dr. Peter asked, from simple to complex. We want it to be that we have a flow. And one other thing again about the Soil Science Club is the practical aspects. You know, it's a school, they have their own maths, chemistry, physics, biology, they have a lot of activities already. So the engagement will be short, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes. If it's a fun club day, the soil fun club day, it's just maybe 30 to 1 hour. So the engagement will be brief. The practical is the one of the things that will take more time. And for the preschoolers, one of the hallmark of a normal child is love for nature. So if a child does not have that love for nature, is a problem. It becomes destructive and all that. So it's even a good time to bring in the preschoolers. When you see the centers of excellence, they talk of primary and secondary. Whatever the primary does that can be brought down to the level of the preschool, it should be encouraged. Like the feeling, one of the practicals of doing feeling of soil and all that. I want to say we encourage that the preschoolers be looped in whatever way they can, so that they will develop this attachment to nature, to soil, in particularly at their age. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you. I saw a hand up. Yes, please go ahead, Miss Takalani.
Good day. Am I audible?
Yes, please. We can hear you.
Oh yes. I wanted to ask a question. Thank you very much for your presentation. It is very much insightful. So then my research, as I mentioned earlier that I'm a master's student, it focuses on household food resilience and food security across the world as a whole. So then I wanted to maybe find out if maybe you have a way in which the Soul Science Club, or rather the program, could plan to measure whether improving the soil knowledge from
Improve. Can you come again, please?
teenagers in secondary school, whether improving this knowledge will eventually contribute to improving the whole household food security and community resilience. That maybe the knowledge does not only stop with the children, or is it hoping that the kids themselves, once they've learned from us, or rather from you, they are going to go home and tell their communities and share this knowledge with the people they interact with.
Okay. Veronica, would you like to comment that?
Okay, yes. If you just that this is a meeting, so some of the things cannot be, all the things cannot be said at this forum because of time. One of the things that we're doing as contained in the projects.
The network. Yeah, I will quickly go to Mr. Divine. Then when Veronica resumes, then she will answer that question. Mr. Divine, your hand is up. I wanted to finish that.
Yeah, I think we have a center. Before the question is answered, let's give the floor to Kaya. Kaya is from Arvis, from Arvis. So he's here. Manuela, just switch away. So Kaya is here. Kaya, do you want to share a little bit what you are doing at Arvis and how you guys gonna take this leadership within your institution further on this Soil Science Club program? Kaya. Kaya, you're on mute. Anyway, let me go to the question of my sister, which perhaps I didn't even get it well. But the only thing I thought you're talking about how to engage young people. Is that what you're saying? Can you repeat your question, please? Manuela, what was the question, please?
My question was, okay, maybe can I just move away from the nose screen in 2 seconds, please?
Yeah, what was your question? Manuela, what was her question?
I think she's you for mute yourself. Do you want to go ahead and talk, please?
Yes.
Okay.
My question was, since, well, I did mention that my research focuses on household food resilience and food security. So then I wanted to find out if maybe there's a way in which the club, or rather the program, will measure whether improving soil knowledge on the younger generation will eventually contribute and improve household food security and community resilience as a whole.
Can I answer that, Mr. Divine?
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
The video, I think all goes back to that video, the soil nugget. If you saw that 8-year-old Emanuela, she mentioned that she didn't know that a grain soil could support a grain to give 50 to 60, produce more than 50 to 60 just from a single grain because of the soil. So from there, she made an impact that she will tell her father, she will tell her mother, she will tell everybody. So that is what awareness, creating awareness, and what educating people. So that is the role for the primary. That's the scope we want to go with the primary people. Let's go back to the university people. I think the other video that was Emanuela in the university, you saw that she's mentioned that about the ranking and other people. Most people don't know the soil orders. Like, all you do is you do the soil sampling. The first thing is to know what the soil you're working on is, the ranking, whether it is a multi-soil, ulti-soil, and all those things. Those are very important before you can start, and the soil test and all that. All these things are, so if you don't know the basic, how can you work with the complex aspect of it? Because when you are doing soil sampling and all that, you check for soil tester, you check whether it is highly fertile, dark soil, or all those things. So to answer that, how it's related to food security, it was in the video I mentioned that multi-soils are rich in dark soil and they support plants. So when the plants can grow, that means we have healthy plants, healthy food, and that is a form of food security. So I think the video answered that question. If you were here, please. Yeah. Veronica, do you like to say anything in addition to
I would like us to also leverage on her research. I think she's looking at measurement. How do we measure the impact and all that? So since it's her line of research, we'll liaise with her more on that so that she'll be able to help us track, and we'll also be able to give her feedback. I think that's what you're looking at. She's looking at what can we measure the impact. So we'll carry her along since it's her research area, and I think she'll also give us a good guide on that.
Okay. Mr. Divine, do you have anything to add up, please? You're muted, sir.
I think for me, her question is straightforward, and as you've all both said, she's an intern within CSAYN as well. So she's equally serving as a mentor to the mentees of the Board of Scholars. So reason being that University of Pretoria is one of our center of excellence. University of Pretoria recognizes the fact that CSAY is doing a great job and has endorsed our virtual academy and all whatnot. And of course, Professor Lise, who is the president for the African Academy of Science, is the chair for the CSAYN Research and Science Committee. So right now, I'm in discussion with her actually to make sure that Takalani has her enabling environment within all what she's doing in South Africa. And of course, concerning your research, Takalani, you don't have any issue. Don't worry. You have your people here who are going to be supporting you on that. And your question, as I said, we've been working. My main idea, I'm much more focused on key reality. I look upon making sure that the young people, these early learners, are the front line of my vision, because as I said, primary education or basic education is key, and that's why you may not know I started this program at my primary school, where I went to 30 years ago. I was the first batch of that school. I went back 2, 3, 4 years ago and I started this Science Center of Excellence initiative. From there, I left and I went to Melville, where Miriam is working. I set up an office there, high school, and I realized that it was more impactful than working with university students. And that's why you see centers of excellence are key and center, in what we're doing, so that before they get to your level at master level stage, they already have a good knowledge of what they are looking forward to doing. So really, we are happy to have someone like you, young as you are. You're already doing masters. We are pretty sure that before the end of this year, you must have seen, you will see a lot of changes and a lot of impact in your life with respect to the work you are doing. I just want to say thank you for coming and thank you for joining the team. And the WhatsApp program, you equally work with them. You equally work with the team here because I think Veronica is equally co-chairing the WhatsApp program with Miriam. So you equally be working with a lot of people in this. I can tell you for free, CSAY is the place to be. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Thank you. Please, we will take last question or any remarks, then we will close. Okay. Since there is no hand up, I will let our ED give his closing remark, and Ms. Veronica will give the closing remark too for us, and we say a closing prayer.
Yes, I have a couple of takeaways from this meeting. The first takeaway is that the team is really engaged. Our global coaches have dedicated their time. I think they worked over five hours last night to come up with these slides and making sure that this event is really successful. I want to say special thanks to you, both for sacrificing, for creating time to get this event successful. My second comment goes to, of course, Yaya and all the colleagues that are on this call that have actually dedicated, time out of their busy schedule to join this very important segment of the program. The third part of it is now the next steps. The next steps from what I've taken from this call, we already have a partner. Yeah, a whole lab in the United States that will be supporting this initiative, which is very commendable. And one of the things I'm looking at working, making sure, one of the things I'm trying to echo, I'm trying to see is, or leverage on is that there's going to be, the exchange program is going to go live. So we'll be discussing with them on how to get some students from Africa or some students from the United States visit some of these pilot centers of excellence within the Soil Science Law program. It's a very, very important program. The next part is we need to come up with a comprehensive report, which is going to be shared with the participants in Nairobi. Yeah, it doesn't need to be printed. We're just going to put it on the official website of CSAYN. That this is some of the deliverables within the part of the process, preparatory process to the forum, the road to the forum. So it's very, very important for us to take note of this. And reason being that this forum this year is actually, defining a pathway for the second forum that's going to be next year in Addis Ababa in the margin of COP32. So I think it's very important for us to fully engage from now henceforth. The implementation is there. Everything that we need is right there. As I've always said, and I'll keep saying, commitment, consistency, that's what takes us to the next level. My sister once said, your CV will give you a job, but what will keep you in that job is your commitment, your consistency, and equally your character. So I'm so happy the University of Justice that recognize that Aris, the Gambia, Olipa, Zambia, Mavic. I mean, just get some of all these institutions that are here to be part of the phase one and get the ball rolling. I'll keep saying you all have my support. Everybody, you have my support. So always feel free to reach out. You heard from my sister, Enika, with the project we're working on here in the United States. I mean, when NASA is involved. So there are a lot of things that we're going to be doing together. So just stay tuned and keep doing the good work. Thank you very much indeed. Let me give back the floor to Veronica and Emanuela. Emanuela.
Thank you,
Veronica,
everyone.
okay.
For conceiving this idea. We want to thank our guests for coming, thank our facilitators at the Centers of Excellence, and I'm glad to hear that some students are here too, student leaders are here. Probably some are there close to their teachers and all that, since some of them are minors. But we want to say thank you for that. We're looking forward to a smooth take-up. As we promised, we'll send all the support documents that we have We'll encourage all the facilitators to visit the British Society of Soil Science website. They have a lot of videos, materials that we can also leverage onto to strengthen our own soil science club activities at our centers. We want to plead that you check your emails as often as you can. We want to plead that you respect deadlines of reporting. And thank God we have a good number of centers of excellence at this takeoff stage. And I think it's a good number. I want to thank my co-chair, Emanuela, for all your good support and other colleagues that supported the work from the development of the concept note to where we are now. We appreciate it and we look forward to more support from you so that we serve humanity better. Thank you.